after playing Saints Row the Third, we were probably all wondering, can this get even more stupid, more funny, better? And they gave us the answer. Here comes Saints Row 4, the fourth installment of the Saints Row series, which the Saints Row series started out kind of like Grand Theft Auto, pretty much basic, with the third giving it some, how should we call it, amazing mechanics and new stuff to make it funny, make it hilarious, make it really playable. But then, this came out. Saints Row 4, probably one of my favorite installments of the Saints Row series. It's amazing. They took Saints Row 3 and made it better. How did they make it better? I mean, as far as the gameplay goes and everything pretty much stayed the same, except for giving you superpowers, making the story, like, hilariously, shall we call it, not funny, but ironic. We'll go with that. I mean, in Saints Row 4, you play as the boss, which gives you an option to customize your character as much as you like. So there have been some really amazing characters, really hilarious characters, and some really cool characters as well. So, as the boss, you pretty much do everything in your power in the beginning of the game, and somehow become the President of the United States. But, as the President, you gain a lot of power, and pretty much the whole city and the whole country is under your rule. But everything changes when the aliens attack. And ironically, they speak British. I mean, that's cool, that's amazing actually. We kind of expected something like that to happen in the Saints Row series sooner or later. But how far does everything go? Well, you get put into a Matrix world. I mean, can't be that bad, can it? No, it gets amazing. Pretty much, you gain superpowers, you gain, like, abilities, everything to make the game, like, you become Superman, pretty much. But, as with Superman, I mean, there are the pluses and the minuses. The pluses is you're pretty much invincible. You can do anything you want. The minuses, well, you can do anything you want. You're invincible. The game can get really boring really quickly. But it does not happen with Saints Row 4. The story and everything are so well balanced with superpowers and everything that it pretty much does not get boring. The only part that kind of, I mean, makes it a bit more boring after you get all the superpowers and everything is returning to the real world where you have none of those. Coming back to it, I was usually like, oh hot damn, I can't super jump, I can't do that. I mean, you're back into your regular state, with which you kind of have to deal with until you can return to the Matrix world, where you can pretty much get everything. Throughout the game, there are a lot of challenges. The story is hilarious. You can do pretty much anything you want since it's an open world game. And with everything on that, with everything put together like that, you would pretty much expect the game to be, I don't know, an overkill. But somehow Saints Row 4 managed to make it interesting, to kind of pull you back into the game every time you stop playing. It's not like, I mean, you're gonna go into the game and like, yeah, I have to play it just because of everything. No, you're gonna be like, I want to play it, I want to cause destruction. There is limitless. There are limitless possibilities on how to wreak destruction, wreak havoc, get through the story, do everything. The characters from the previous parts are back, so it pretty much gives you, I mean, an amazing continuation to the third part. There's havoc to wreak, there's explosions, there's everything, there's hilarious guns, like the dubstep gun. Amazing. With one word, you shoot dubstep. How can it get better than that? I mean, it can get with all the superpowers and everything, but, I mean, they are not overkill. They were put into the game, I mean, either they were put into the game, like, really randomly and it works really good together, or all of this was thought out, like, I mean, for a month, or I mean, for a couple of years actually, to kind of make it work. But it works. It's an amazing game. It's a great continuation to the third part. It's ironic. It's hilarious. I mean, I don't know what much more can you ask from a game. But the Superman principle kind of makes it like, I don't know. It makes it, yes, it makes you overpowered. It can get boring. But with all the things to do, it's not. Even with taking you back to the real world, it pretty much gives you... It kind of cuts from all of the superhero business and being overpowered to getting back to normal. Although spending your time with homies, especially in the Matrix, isn't something you're gonna do. Just because you don't need them. You're overpowered. You have every single thing you can imagine in your arsenal. But, I mean, you can still do it. It's still great to, I don't know, hang out with your homies, get some help. There is a multiplayer mode included in the game as well. Yes, other people do have superpowers as well. Just watching that, the character that people made, using the powers that they like, is a fun time in itself. And playing with them, now that gives a whole different meaning to fun. I mean, 2 people or more with superpowers, with, like, probably hilarious characters because you can do anything you want with them. What else would you want? I mean, waves of enemies that you can just go through. They're not hard, they're not difficult, but they're fun to kill. You pretty much don't need anything more from a game. A great story, a great gameplay, amazing weapons, superpowers that you can upgrade. It's pretty much all you can ask for. So, how does Saints Row 4 compare to the others? I mean, if you like it's like more serious and everything, Saints Row 1 and 2 are your go-to. If you like a little fun, although it's still a lot of fun, Saints Row 3 is your go-to. If you like really ironic stuff with hilarious, how should we call it, superpowers, weapons, story, everything, then go to Saints Row 4. Yes, the city is the same as in Saints Row 3, but Saints Row 4 caps it off with new weapons, new enemies, and everything else. So, I'm gonna recommend this game to all of you open world game players who love a really fun game with limitless possibilities on how to wreak havoc. There is the story, there are a lot of challenges throughout the game that you can do. There are limitless possibilities on how to slaughter your enemies and get through the game, which is pretty much amazing. So, I hope you enjoyed the amazing review of Saints Row 4. In the meantime, don't forget to like and subscribe, comment on the videos, and I'll be joining you guys in the next one.